Welcome to the eTutor introduction video for students. This video will show you how to navigate eTutor and get to all your courses and things like that. First thing we want to do is go to etutor.cut.ac.za, and we recommend that you use Google Chrome as your browser. Edge and Firefox will work okay, but definitely not Internet Explorer, but we do find best results with Chrome, so try and stick with that when you can. On the landing page, just scroll down to sign in with third-party account. And once you open the drop down, you'll see students and staff. Just click on that. And then you'll be asked to pick an account. So if you haven't logged in before, you'll have to type in your new email address or just choose it from the list. Now, student email addresses are normally their student numbers at stud.cut.ac.za. And I'm just going to use my staff account here and put in your password and sign in. And this is the password you use for everything, your student portal, eTutor, everything else. Okay, when we get to the navigation pane, the first thing that you're going to see is your stream, so your activity stream. And this shows all of the activity that has occurred in the last couple of days on your pages. So it might be anything from an upcoming test to recent content that's been added. It might have announcements, which will have a little icon like that, and everything. So you can scroll down and have a look at all of the recent activity in all of your courses. So it's all the courses combined here, even the organizations and communities. Right, so under the activity stream is our courses and communities. The difference is that courses are your academic courses, your subjects. So this will be where your lecturers post information, tests, assignments, and all the content they want you to engage with. Communities are non-academic pages, and you can also engage with people and information here, but these don't have links to any specific subjects. So they might be anything like the student eTutor community, which is the main community for all students. You might have one based on your faculty or maybe some other organizations or groups you are part of. And on the communities, you'll probably see something like notice boards. So here's the general notice board. We have a wellness center notice board. We also post videos and announcements on this page, so make sure to check it out. Courses, importantly, are your academic courses, and we'll get to those now. But first thing I want you to do is go up to your name and edit some of your basic information. You can add a profile picture of yourself so your lecturer can see you. Go and have a look at some of these notification settings, what kind of data you want to add. Maybe you want to add your gender and some other things like your nickname. But very importantly, please go and edit your email address. Make sure that it is the email address that you use regularly, because a lot of you don't use the student email address a lot. You prefer to use your private Gmail or something. Make sure to change your email address so that you'll get your notifications delivered in the right place. Let's have a look at one of the courses. Now, courses are managed by your lecturer, so they might not all look the same, but they'll have the same kind of setup. On the left is your menu. And here you'll see all of your learning units. Maybe you'll have tabs for assignments or tests, announcements, or other tools and things like that. You might be asked to engage with certain things. For instance, this is an agreement, and I'm saying that by clicking mark reviewed below, I promise the following, and then you have to click review at the bottom to review content. And this lets your lecturer know that you have read something. Other content might simply just be things you engage with, like if you have videos embedded or documents to download. Links to websites that you need to follow. Now remember, when your cursor changes to a hand like that, it means that the item is embedded with a hyperlink, so it takes you somewhere else. So if I click on that, it'll take me to the CUT website, for instance. You can also have images available, documents to download, videos to watch in. So your content might look anything like this. All right. The next thing we have is assignments and tests. Now, these might not have their own headings. They might be included in your learning unit, so kind of just explore, but your lecturer will let you know where they place things. An assignment, when we click on it, will look like this. It'll have some information, for instance, a due date, when it is due, date and time. It will tell you how much it's worth, and there might be even a rubric attached to it that you can check out to know what is expected of you. You'll have instructions of what you need to upload, and you might even have documents attached that your lecturer might want you to download before you start the submission. Now, to submit your assignment, just go to Browse Local Files and then select the document that you have. Now remember, Word documents or PDF documents are fine, You can even upload, formats that are specific to your discipline or PowerPoints or things like that. But if you upload documents that are Word or PDF, so word processing documents, your assignment will be checked with SafeAssign, which is a plagiarism detection software. So remember that, keep that in mind. Right, so there you can see that your assignment, the PDF document, has been uploaded, so that's successful. Make sure that it is listed here, so do not move on until you see it here. If you uploaded the wrong one by accident, not to worry, just say do not attach and go through the same steps again. You can also use this to add multiple assignments or multiple documents, so you can add as many as you need to. You have a space to add comments, so if you need to add something for your lecturer, maybe just explain something to them or maybe clarify something, you can put that in the comments box, but it's not obligatory. You don't have to do it. And then I'm going to submit. Remember to submit. Submit is your save button on eTutor, so always click submit and always wait for a success banner. So you don't want to submit anything and then close your browser because that might not have saved. So you want to make sure that you wait for this banner, and you even get a confirmation number that you can save, and this will help us find your assignment quickly if something goes wrong, but there shouldn't be any problems. All right, so this file is loading, and you'll see that my SafeAssign report is in progress, so you can come back to this later to see. So just simply navigate to assignments again, and when you go into it this time, you'll come to the assignment and you'll see, maybe a bit later the report will be done and the assignment will open, and you can see here is your comment to your lecturer. So your assignment has been successfully uploaded. Your lecturer will now mark it and get it back to you. Let's have a look at tests. Now, tests, very simple. You can write them from your mobile phone, from any computer. Just make sure that you have a stable internet connection before you try it. And you'll have instructions here, timer settings. So if your lecturer added a timer, make sure to note any of those things here. Click begin, and you'll see your questions. So select the question answers, and then next. So questions might be multiple choice, true or false. They might expect you to type something in or do matching. So it all depends on the lecturer. And then when you've answered the last question, you'll see the button changes to save and submit. Okay. And here we know that the test has been saved and submitted. There's some details. I'm going to click on OK to see my results. I can see I scored 3 out of 3, and I can see the questions again and the answers that I've given. And you can see some details. Make sure to save this. Take a little screenshot or anything like that. This is your proof that your test has been written and handed in. So it's a good idea to take a screenshot of this whenever you've finished with a test. Okay. Now you might get multiple attempts on tests or assignments. That will all be determined by your lecturer. If not, then you will only have a single attempt and will only be able to access the test or assignments once. Right, so that's it for assignments and tests. Next thing I want to have a look at is some of the tools. So if your lecturer allows you to see the announcements, you can click on that and view all of the announcements with the newest ones on top. Collaborate is where we go for video sessions. So kind of think of Zoom, but this is Blackboard's version of it. And here you can go into any sessions that your lecturer has set up. ConnectYard is where you go and add your phone number, and this is how your lecturer will keep in contact with you in WhatsApp. So just go through the prompts. Otherwise, you can go and check out the ConnectYard video for students on the YouTube page, which I'll get to in a bit. And you might have a marks as well. So this is where you'll see your marks. So for instance, that test we just wrote, I can see I've got 3 out of 3 for that. The assignment that we just handed in, I can see still needs to be marked by my lecturer. So when lecturer gets to it, they'll put in a score here. And that is how you navigate your pages. You might be put into groups, so that will pop up when you do have a group that you have to join. But your lecturer will communicate all of this. Now, final note, please go and look on YouTube at the CUT e-learning and educational technology page. We upload new videos here regularly, and you'll see there's a students playlist just for you guys. So go and have a look at some of these videos in the playlist. They are very helpful for anything that you have to do on eTutor. And that's it from us.